I have to look up through my bifocal to be able to see you. Hi there, Lorrie here on Vancouver Island, and as you can see, I'm in the kitchen again today. And today I am going to make relish, which is something I've never done before. So welcome to my world, and thank you for joining us. I really do appreciate your time, and I'm so glad that you're here to share this with me. So I'm going to flip you around here. I'll try to do it slowly so you don't get vertigo. And let me tip it down a touch. So this is some celery, and this is called summer celery. I've never grown it before, but apparently it's just little skinny stalks like this. And so I stripped off all the leaves and put them in the dehydrator, and I'm just going to throw this into my relish. So here we go, into the food processor it goes. And then what else do I have? I have some onions from the garden. I picked my first Odessa market pepper, and these are supposed to be a sweet pepper. I'll taste it first. And then I've got some cucumbers, some little mini cucumbers sitting in the soaking in some vinegar water just to clean them up and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and get these chopped up and ready to go in the processor, and then we'll be back. So this pepper is quite cool here. I've just cut it open a little bit. Kind of dig in here and take out the seed pocket. I don't know, should I save those? I don't know if they're ready to be saved. Anyway, I've still got a bunch of these. And let's try a little piece. Oh my gosh, that is so yummy. Beautiful pepper taste. Really, really mild and really thin skinned. So yeah, I think I'm going to like this one. Anyway, that's going to go into the relish too, just for something to do. I'm kind of following a recipe. Kind of. I did print out a recipe, mostly for the liquid that goes on it and the process, because I've never done the process before. But I'm not following the recipe exactly, so that's how things roll in my house. Okay, so here we have it. We have about 2 pounds of little cucumbers, 3 little onions, 1 little pepper, and a handful of celery. And that's what's going to go in there. We are now going to pulse this. And I'm sure if you have a food processor, you know how that works. And if you don't, you can just finely chop all of this stuff. You don't have to use a food processor. I just happen to have one, so I figure why not use it. And I will, here we go, pulse. What do you think? Does it look like relish? Looks like relish to me. I still have a couple of big chunks in there, but I'll just eat those. Kidding. Anyway, the next step is to dump this out and I believe throw it into a pot or a bucket of cold water with salt in it. So that's what we're going to do now. Anyway, so now I'm going to add, I don't have as much as they say 3 or 4 pounds, and I'm only doing a couple of pounds. So I'm not going to use quite so much pickling salt. They say 3 tablespoons. I'm going to use 2. And so what you do is, open this up. sprinkle on your pickling salt. Oops. I'm just going to do it this way. It's easier. Okay, and then fill it with cold water. Until your veggies are completely secured or submerged. Alrighty, so that looks like everything in the salt bath. And let's see, cover and let stand at room temperature for 2 hours. So it's 12 o'clock now. I'll be back at 2. I'm going to put I guess I should have measured this all out ahead of time, but I mean, who actually does that, right? Unless you're like a professional on a TV show, which I'm not. So I'm going to throw in a cup and about a half of sugar. This says a cup and a half to 3 cups, depending on how sweet you like it. So I'm going to start there, and we'll see how sweet it is. And then I'm going to add a cup and a half of cider vinegar. Close enough. And then about a teaspoon of mustard seed. And even though I put celery in, I am going to add in a teaspoon of celery seed. So it looks like sweet relish and it smells like sweet relish, but it's still kind of runny. So it's been simmering for about 10 minutes, but I'm going to let it simmer for another 10 because I think that's just going to intensify the flavors. And it's going to let some more of this water evaporate out as the flavors concentrate. So we'll be back. I'm going to try doing a water bath can with this. So it's the first time I've made relish, and it'll be the first time I'm water bath canning it. So I've got some lids back in there that are just on a low stove. This is at about a 3. And then I've got these guys over here just sitting in some hot water, staying warm. And I've also got the water in here is preheated. So we're rocking and rolling, but another 10 minutes I think. I'm going to let this simmer and I'll be back. My pickle relish has been cooking for, I don't know, about a half hour actually. It's still a little bit runny, but it's much better now. So I'm going to turn that off. Bring this here. I'm going to grab this pot of jars and set it there. And I'm going to grab this big one and set it here. And I'm going to grab this. And now I want a 1/2 inch. Look what I got. Look what I got. I've been kind of lost without it. So this is a Headspace measuring tool, and it has the things that tell you. And so if you put it in there and you're touching, you got too much stuff in, because I think that's what I think that's a problem that I have run into. Anyway, let's start filling this up. I'm thinking I'm going to use my slotted spoon because it is still a little bit runny, and I don't really want runny relish. runny relish. Ha ha ha. Oh, let's grab another jar. We can set this into. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, so how much headspace do we have? We got a little bit too much, so a little bit more of this. That's gonna be too much, I betcha. But I need to, where's my stick? I do need to run around the edge and get all the air bubbles out. And that is going to settle that right down in there. Alrighty, now let's try it. Perfect. Okay, and oh, I didn't get these. Okay. Can you tell I'm totally new at this? What gave it away? This will be the first time ever that I've canned relish. It's the first time I've ever made relish, so it's also the first time I've ever canned it. This year is the first time I've ever canned anything in my whole entire life. Like I never canned with Grandma. My mom didn't can. I think my stepmother might have, but I wasn't around the house for very long after she came on the scene. Okay, so I think that's clean. Oh, and a little something there. I'm such a messy. Okay, so I'm going to move you a little closer so you can actually see what's going on. I'm going to reach in here and get one of these lids, and I'm going to put it down on there without touching the inside of it. I'm going to grab one of these little guys, and I'm going to twist him on, just finger tight. And then I'm going to, I'm going to open this up and put this in there. Kind of freaks me out about water bath canning, about having to put the water over the top of the jars. I think I need to go a little bit more even. It says at least an inch. So, unlike my dear sweet friend Michelle over at Real Life with Michelle and Rob, I actually do read the instructions on my various things because I'm clueless without them. Okay, so This again, ensure the pressure limiting valve is set to exhaust. Okay, so that was what I wanted to check. So now I'm going to hit, if you've not worked with one of these, let me just turn this a little before we actually get started. One of the reasons my kitchen isn't designed for canning is that this is really the only place I can have in my canner, or have my canner, where the spray, when it does spray, doesn't spit out all over the place. You can see that there. I guess I should have stood back and shown you, because it's not like right under the cupboards there, right? Everywhere else, if I'm over here on this counter and I try to do canning, it just, the steam just goes right up into the cupboards, and that's not good. So this is my canning spot. Anyway, if you've never used one of these, this is a combination. It's got a water bath canner, it's a slow cooker, it's also got a high pressure canner. You can can at 10 or 15 pounds. And what's beautiful about this little guy is that it takes all of the fear out of pressure canning and stuff for me. So anyway, I'm going to hit water bath, and I'm going to go to 10 minutes, because that's what it said for an 8-ounce jar, and my one larger jar I think is 6 ounce. So I'm going to go for the 10 minutes, and I'm going to hit start. So my Nesco just beeped, and it has now flipped over to say 10 minutes, and I'm going to assume that it's water bath canning for the next 10 minutes. So we'll be back when that's done. Hear all that steam escaping? Apparently you have to have those dots exactly lined up or it doesn't exhaust. Which I kind of wondered why it wasn't exhausting when it hit the 10-minute mark, but so I noticed that at 5 minutes. So it's now down to 2 minutes, and so it's been steaming like that for the last 3 minutes. I'm hoping I don't get any errors or blow anything up in there. Oopsie. Well, we beeped to off, but we're still steaming like mad. So I'm just gonna wait until it finishes steaming, and then I'll come back and open the lid and see what's going on. So we'll be back. Alrighty, so it has stopped steaming, and I am going to twist it and step back over here, because it's going to open and steam up that way, and open it. And you know what? Everything is covered in water still. It did cook for the full 10 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and pull them out of here. And transfer them over here. There we go. And then I'm going to set you up here while I get the other 4. So we're just going to leave them there for 24 hours, or at least 12 hours, to let them cool. And we'll come back and see if any of them popped. Well, one of them popped already. Woohoo! We have relish. I have successfully made relish. That is super exciting. Oh, there goes another one. There goes another one. That's 3 out of 5. Come on, guys. You can do it. You can do it. I'm going to unplug this. Oh, 4. That's 4. 4 out of 5. Okay, that is super exciting, especially after my total fail last time. Yay, I have relish, and we're going to do one more take with this because we're going to barbecue some hot dogs, and yeah, we're going to do that tomorrow. You want to taste the relish?
Sure.
There's a little jar in the fridge.
Little jar, this little one?
Yep, that's the one.
It sure smelled good. I could smell it.
My official taster.
I want hot dogs.
Tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it. That's why I canned it.
Did David like it?
He hasn't tried it yet.
Ah.
Should we take it in there and let him try it?
Sure.
Okay. Hang on one sec. Okay, let's go.
What?
Could you pause this for a sec? Can you pause it for a second?
It is paused.
Oh, okay. Is this what you had in mind, honey? Yeah, I did. No. You don't think I can go in the mine yet?
No. I think you better go back to, you know, SEAL school or something.
So, what did you think of the relish?
It was good.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Was it the best sweet relish you ever had in your whole life?
That's so you won't laugh at her when she goes outside to talk to her plants.
I'll just blend in.
Because you said she looked like a miner. Now she looks like something else.
Actually, Michelle told me that I should put it on one day.
With that?
Yeah, and just stick some funky weird stuff in it, and then come and show you from Life with Michelle, with Rob and Michelle, Real Life with Michelle and Rob.
The banana lady?
That's the banana lady.
Well.
I made you laugh.
Yeah. No.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
So, thanks so much for coming and hanging out with me today in the kitchen, learning how to can. It was actually quite successful. The relish tastes really good, and all of my jars popped, so we now have relish. We'll have to see how long that lasts. We don't need a ton of relish in my house, but, you know, we do like it on our hot dogs, our hamburgers, and potato salad, whatever, so we'll be doing some more of that. Anyway, thanks for coming and hanging out. I appreciate you. I hope to see you soon. Bye now.